Yo, what's going on, GZTV gang? It's GZTV myself, back with another video, and today we're going to be discussing and reviewing the brand new Peacock exclusive movie They Slash Them. And I usually you would say they them, but it's they slash them to kind of, it's really cool. It's really like a pun almost, like clever how they titled this movie and how it's pronounced. Um, and for a streaming exclusive, I think this movie's great. For that, I mean, for a general movie, I don't think it's anything exceptional. Nothing is like necessarily well done in this movie, but the points they get across, the commentary, the themes, it's very cliche, but it has meaning behind it. I mean, like a Jordan Peele movie. Now, most of Jordan Peele's movies are pretty cliche. Nope is pretty cliche, but the fact that there's so many topics and so many themes interwoven up for interpretation, it just makes the movie great, and that's what I feel they them kind of does here. I think it's a very well done movie. Let me read the plot real quick. So at night, a mysterious figure kills an adult driving to a conversion camp known as Whistler Camp. So we get the setting for the movie. It is a very corny setting. You see it and you're like, oh my god, it's going to be one of those summer camp movies. Very like a sleepaway camp, like a Friday the 13th, like a Fear Street, that type of thing. Like everyone's like, oh my god, we're going to get one of those movies. So in the morning, and you'll figure out who this adult driving to the camp is and what she was supposed to be. It's kind of interesting how it ties in at the end. So in the morning, a group of LGBTQ people arrive at Whistler Camp run by Owen Whistler. He introduces the camp as an inclusive, safe space and promises that they will not try to forcefully convert them. I mean, the idea of a conversion camp, it's very homophobic. Obviously, stuff like this doesn't exist. It's just an exaggeration to kind of prove a point, almost. And they do a very effective job at this. Owen separates the campers into cabins for boys and girls, but Jordan, who is trans and non-binary, is not comfortable going to either. And I respect all people like that. I'm not a very hateful person. I mean, if you want to be that, you can be that. I know watching the movie, my dad probably felt a little uncomfortable, but I was fine with it. Like, people like this exist. Like, it's starting to become a normality for people to be able to express themselves through their sexuality, through their gender. And it's great. People can finally be themselves and not feel like they have to conform to a society. I'm all for it. It's kind of weird how you can see the bottom of underneath my desk. That looks weird. Whatever. Owen assigns Jordan to the boys' cabin, kind of assuming his gender. Their gender. Sorry. Jesus. Their gender. I don't know. Because they became a boy. That's why the film is called They Slash Them, because of Jordan. Jordan's supposed to be designed as the main character, but really, they focus very well on every character, and that's awesome. I love that about the film. So the group comes together in a circle and shares why they came to Whistler Camp. Jordan says they made a deal with their religious family to attend for a week so they could legally emancipate themselves. Pretty much if you don't know what emancipating means, it pretty much means like you can, like your parents can't tell you what to do anymore, tell you what you are, what your name is, that type of thing. The next morning, Owen criticizes and outs another member, Alexandra, for not sharing that she is trans. So Alexandra is a girl, but obviously she used to be a boy. She is a transgender. And he's not mad that she's a transgender. He's just mad that she never told him about this, I guess. But you start to see that this is a very prejudiced, bigoted, hypocritical person. You kind of start to see that a little bit, but at the end of the day, he's not the true antagonist. Well, the killer's not the true antagonist. It's these people that are running the camp, and it's so interesting. You kind of introduce what's supposed to be an evil force, like connotated as an evil force, turn out to be a helper of the protagonist. Kind of like the Predator movie, I love people kind of flipping that, kind of giving the show a twist. It's awesome. I love it. He makes her go to the boys' cabin for dishonesty. So obviously she's not a boy anymore, but she goes to the boys' cabin to make her uncomfortable a little bit. Alexandra later convinces the camp's new nurse, Molly, to give her estradiol, an estrogen hormone, to really prove that she's a girl, like really make it distinct that she's a girl. So the group partakes in activities overseen by athletics director Zane and his fiance activities director Sarah. So like a normal summer camp, they do activities that are very gender driven, whether it's like shooting a rifle for the boys and making a pie like for the girls. I mean, I think it's very sexist. It's a very sexist movie, but obviously that's to show like kind of our strict gender roles in society, you know, sex rules, if you will. So one night, Owen splits the group into pairs, handcuffing them together, and instructs them to walk into the woods alone. So this is kind of another example of like a red flag kind of for the camp director, like by the protagonist group. They're like, this guy is not up to anything good. I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable. I want to go home. Why did my parents make me come here? So the group is hesitant, but Owen promises that they will regroup in the morning. It's just a very weird way of doing things. While in the woods, Jordan and Alexandria see the mysterious person in the woods. And again, there's a twist at the end where we figure out who this person actually is. It's awesome. I love it. The next day, the camp's therapist, Dr. Cora Whistler, belittles members of the group for their sexualities and gender identities, including Jordan. So they kind of have these therapy sessions where they go in, they talk about their gender. You know, obviously the therapist, like, kind of into like subliminally trying to convert them to be what they were born to be. Not born to be, like born as. Like if you were a boy at birth and you're a transgender, if you're gay, she's going to criticize you for it. And obviously that's everyone that was there. That's why they came there. Their parents were very homophobic, transphobic, wanted them to change back. That type of thing. You got to get the premise. And it's very fucking weird. Affected by Dr. Cora's words, Jordan returns to the boys' cabin upset, but is cheered up when the group hosts a dance party to Perfect by Pink. Now, it's been a while since I've heard that song, but it's pretty awesome to listen to that. You know, pretty empowering moment in the show. I mean, it was kind of cringy because they weren't necessarily that good at singing, but it was very empowering for them to sing that song. That night, Jordan sneaks into the main office and discovers photographs that shows the history of Whistler Camp, including the torturing of children. So they doing this kind of confirms that the Whistlers aren't up to anything good, and the staff is kind of out to hurt them rather than convert them. Nice rhymes. So Jordan is caught by Molly, who says she did not know and promises to protect the group. So Molly, kind of some foreshadowing here, Molly is like the protector. She's the one staff member that is against what the Whistlers are doing. And yeah. The camp's groundskeeper, Balthazar, is killed by the mysterious figure while alone in his shed. So that's one of the first victims, I think. Besides the adult in the beginning. That person doesn't have anything to do with the story as much. The next day, the group is divided by gender, of course. A lot of division happens. You know, the slash. I mean, obviously that's a pronoun, but the slash and how... It's kind of cool how they designed... how they sort of designed the... what do you call it? The movie poster. I mean, obviously there are girls and there are boys. It's weird, man. It's a really cool looking poster, though. So Owen takes the boys to a shooting range while the girls make pies for the boys. That's what I was talking about. Jordan defeats Zane in a shooting competition, kind of defeating gender norms. Like, really. Owen reverts to calling Jordan as a he instead of they. So Owen is pissed about this. Owen instructs Toby, a gay black male, to shoot Owen's dog Duke because Duke has cancer. And obviously the normal person would reject this idea that you need to take an animal out of its misery. I reject that. I think let there be life. You're not going to have another life. You know. If he refuses to do so, Zane will start to torture Duke by breaking the dog's legs. So these people have just fucking totally revealed it. They are shitty people. Jordan kills Duke instead and storms off. So Jordan is trying to stand up for this group of of boys and transgenders, you know. Uh, Meanwhile, Sarah tries to out Kim, a closeted lesbian. It's so uncomfortable, some of the stuff that happens in this film. Kim later tells her friend Veronica, and they have sex. So Veronica is a bisexual female. I think she's bisexual, yes. And they have sex kind of on the dock, very romantic moments. Yeah, plenty of intimate scenes in here to just kind of display the sexualities of the characters. And if you're uncomfortable, that means you're doing something wrong. Jordan, Alexandra, and Toby agree that they leave Whistler Camp in the morning. They're like, we need to get out of here. They need to get out of here. Shit's about to go down if we don't leave quick. So Gabriel has sex with Stu, who has been questioning his sexuality. Like, he's still not sure. Is he gay? Is he straight? Like, I don't know. He kind of looks like this frat boy on the swim team. Like, that's kind of what his character is modeled after. Gabriel reveals they work at Whistler Camp. So, Gabriel, another transgender, I believe. So, yes. So, they work at the camp, it turns out. And that's a plot twist. I really liked that. I didn't expect that at all. Gabriel was kind of like the social experiment. I think it's very evil, but it helped Stu really find out his sexuality, and that's a beautiful moment. So Owen and Zane force Stu to participate in aversion therapy, a form of electrocution torture that Owen says will make Stu a heterosexual, which it doesn't. It doesn't work. You can't just force a sexuality on someone. Upon finding Stu unconscious, Molly quits and says she will go to the police. She's throwing in the towel. She's done with this camp. What the hell are they doing to these people? Yeah. Owen threatens her to stay. The mystery figure butchers Zane and Sarah and fatally electrocutes Gabriel. So now, pretty much, yeah, all the activity directors and whatnot are dead. Every person at Whistler Camp comes together after finding the dead bodies. They're like, look, we need to work as a group. We all kind of know that this is an evil place, and we need to get the hell out of here. That type of thing. The mystery figure kills Cora Whistler. Alexandra leads the younger members out of the camp. The mystery figure reveals itself to be Molly. Her real name is Angie Phelps. The adult that she killed that one night was Molly, so that's kind of the big reveal that we get in it. It's kind of unexpected. I didn't expect it. You know, it's kind of like a Scream aspect, like the Ghostface killer. Why did I say killer? Like the rapper? Ghostface turns out to be one of the teenagers in the story. It's a really cool thing. Really cool revelation to get in a film that you don't expect to get it in. Spoiler alert, of course. I mean, you gotta watch these films before you watch these reviews. Angie attended Whistler Camp, was tortured there at a young age, so kind of like a revenge story for her, and I love it. Obviously, she killed people, but very justifiable. She made it her mission to close every conversion camp in existence. Angie attacks Owen, but is unable to gain the upper hand. Jordan takes Owen's gun, but does not shoot, giving Angie the time to kill Owen herself. So obviously, all of the counselors end up dying. All of the staff end up dying in this movie. Angie tries talking Jordan into helping her, but they refuse. The police arrest Angie. The group agrees to live their lives to the fullest and not care what people think about them. Beautiful ending. Yeah. The protagonists win. Molly gets arrested, but for a great cause and very justifiable. I mean, I feel like she'd win in court if, it was self-defense. Maybe not. I mean, they weren't directly harming her. My feet are falling asleep making these videos, for fuck's sake. Rotten Tomatoes is a 29% approval rating, 4.6 out of 10. Although it deserves credit for its strong cast and inclusive premise, They Them is too tonally messy to cut more than skin deep. I've just never really seen an LGBTQ movie like this, so Metacritic 4.7 out of 100, mixed or average reviews. Logan, who also wrote the screenplay, feels so averse to engaging with the thorny political implications inherent in this material of having to negotiate a cast of gay, transgender, non-binary characters in a horror context that the whole thing winds up seeming rather tame. It's so committed to affirmational messages about queer identity not being a choice, a condition, or a legitimate motive to get axed by a deranged serial killer that the movie all but forgets to be scary. Although enlisting Kevin Bacon as too genial to be trusted camp overseer Owen Whistler nearly makes it work. Oh, that was Kevin Bacon. Oh shit, nice. I know who Kevin Bacon is. 3 out of 4 by Chicago Sun-Times. As a director, Logan knows how to put us through the horror genre paces, from jump scares and mysterious sounds in the woods to the obligatory gruesome kills. Time and again, though, we're reminded that real monster and they/them is bigotry and intolerance. That's kind of the point. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it was a pretty good movie. I don't think it's the best ever, but I think for a streaming platform movie, I think it's great. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. Have a good rest of your guys' day. We have Better Call Saul. Then I'm done on YouTube for the night. Probably will stream some Twitch later. Yeah.